Hello and welcome to our weekly study of Chinese culture. I'm William. Today our speaker is Professor Cui. Professor Cui is an expert on the subject of the Book of Changes. She is also a visiting professor at Tsinghua University. 欢迎大家来到英语国学堂，我是楚志成。我们今天的主讲人是崔教授。崔教授是易经易学界的著名学者，也是清华大学的客座教授。Now let's welcome Professor Cui to talk about the Book of Changes. 现在有请崔教授给我们讲些关于易经的知识。
大家好，今天呢，我想介绍一下关于易经里的四象。
Hello everybody. Today our topic will be on the four phenomena.
我想了解易经里的四象，对于我们全盘的去了解易经的生成原理是非常重要的。
I believe that in order to understand the Book of Changes, you must understand the four phenomena.
我们用这张图来加以说明，是吧？大家可能能够比较清楚的了解一些。
We'll use this diagram to show you and to explain to you how this thing works.
我们首先要说明的这个图我们现在只看呢八卦之下的这一个部分的生成原理。
Now you only need to concentrate on what's below this, below the 8 trigrams. So the first 3 sections.
那么就是说，众所周知呢，我们说是无极生的太极，那么太极呢是生的两仪，就是阴阳。
Now we all know that the Wuji becomes the Taiji or transforms into the Taiji. Well, and then the Taiji transform into the 2 poles.
而阴阳的两仪呢是生成的四象。
And then the 2 poles become the 4 phenomena.
那么我们下面应该解释它是怎样生成的呢？
Now we will explain to you how they became that.
对，我们说太极可以我们过去曾经呢讲过这张图，所谓的太极的一个阳的杠一个阳，它来表示它的内指应该是这样一个阴阳环抱的太极图。
Now, I believe you'll remember this picture. So this is the Taiji. Now, the Taiji over here you can see is just one single line. Now this is the same as this. It is equal. They mean the same thing. They represent the same thing.
这样你就了解了，也就是说，一个阴阳局的太极图，我们简单的用阴阳的符号来表示，就是一个纯阳。
Now to simplify the way of showing the Taiji, we use one single yang.
那么你的进一步就容易了解。容易理解这个太极生出的一个阳和一个阴。
Now it will be easier to understand the 2 poles and how the Taiji transformed into the 2 poles.
那么这个阳生出的阳，你可能比较容易理解，但是这个阳怎么生出的阴呢？就是因为太极图它的内指里头内含着阴，也就是这个太极图的纯阳内含着阴。
So you might think that this is easy, right? So it's one yang becomes one yang. But why does one yang become one yin also? Think of it as a binary fission, like in a bacteria. That the yang cell creates a copy of itself. And so this is the yang. It is itself, right? The other cell that it has produced has mutated into something else, which is the yin.
这个生出的阳和阴呢，它进一步的还会呢继续向下生成。
Now the 2 poles will keep on splitting themselves.
那么这个阳仪和阴的仪叫两仪，就是这个阳，它呢如何生出的这两个象呢？我们进一步的跟大家说明一下。
Now we will explain to you how the yang pole becomes the 2 phenomena.
你要理解这个，首先要理解气是从下升，而不是从上升，就是气从下升这个概念。
There is one important concept you must understand, is that the qi comes from the bottom.
那么这个阳呢，也就是下面呢是不变的，那么上面的话呢，你可以理解为戴了一个阳帽子和一个阴帽子。
So, since qi comes from the bottom, the yang pole on this part doesn't move around or change. It sort of wears a hat, a yin hat over here and a yang hat over here.
也就是说，我这个一杠的阳就变成了，是吧？再加一个阳，就变成了上下两杠都是阳。如果我是这个阳的杠上面加一个阴的符号，它就变成了上为阴，下为阳的这样两个符号。
So the yang pole becomes these two phenomenons by wearing a hat of yin or yang. So as you can see over here, it has one yin on top, one yang on the bottom, one yang on the top, one yang on the bottom.
那么当然这个阴啊，这个阴呢也同样上面各戴一个阳帽子和一个阴帽子，可以简单的去这么理解，尽管不是很科学，但是有助于你的理解。
Over here, for the yin pole, it's the same thing. The yin pole either wears a yin hat or a yang hat.
那么这个阴呢，上头加了一个阳，这个阴呢，上头加了一个阴，是吧？就变成了现在这种状况。
So now you can see that when the yin wears a yin hat, it becomes this. When the yin wears a yang hat, it becomes this.
当然，这个阳上面加了一个阳，是两个阳的符号，你当然就很容易理解，这个为太阳啊，或者叫老阳。
Now, since the yang guy wears a yang hat, now he has two yangs. So this is very easy to remember as extreme yang.
那么这个阴呢，上面再加一个阴，就是两个阴的符号，我们当然就是说它呢。就是太阴或者是老阴。
For the yin pole, this person wears another hat. Over here, it's the yin hat, and so you can see that it has two yins now. So we call it extreme yin.
我们也可以理解，任何事物不是偏阴便是偏阳啊，绝对阴阳各一半的情况下，几乎是没有的。
We can also understand it this way, as to say that something is either to the yang side or to the yin side. 50-50 is a very rare occasion.
只是说偏阳偏的非常多了，我们就叫太阳；偏阴非常多了，我们就叫太阴。
If something has a lot of yang substance in it, it is extreme yang. If something has a lot of yin substance in it, we call it the extreme yin.
但是有大量的情况，它呢稍微偏阴或者稍微偏阳。
But most of the time, the yang or yin is either a little bit to the yin side or a little bit to the yang side.
稍微偏一些阴的，我们就叫少阴；稍微偏一些阳的，我们就叫少阳。
Things that are a little to the yin side we call minor yin. Things that are a little to the yang side we call minor yang.
但是在符号的表示方法上，这个呢就是为少阴，这个就是为少阳。
For these symbolically speaking, you can see over here that this is the minor yin and this is the minor yang.
但是你如何理解这个符号？它的下面为阳，上面为阴，为什么它为少阴呢？
You can see here, why is this one minor yin? I mean, there's one yin on top and one yang on the bottom.
那你只要掌握一个原则，就是在看这个四象的时候，只看下不看上。
When you look at this, you only look at the bottom part, not the top part.
就是看下面是缺阳还是缺阴。这个呢，它是阳，下面缺少阴， 所以就叫做少音，也可以说是少音。
As you can see over here, since the bottom is only yang, we call it lacks yin, so we call it minor yin.
那么我们看下面的这个音呢，它实际上是缺少阳，所以当然就是少阳。
And over here, it's the same thing. On the bottom, we can see it's yin, not yang. So this is why it's called minor yang.
我们理解这个四象的生成，对于我们理解八卦这个体系是非常重要的。
To understand this four phenomenon, two poles theory is a very important concept in the whole of the Book of Changes.
因为正是这个四象生出的八卦。
Because it is the four phenomenons that later become the 8 trigrams.
我们在以后的讲座中，再逐渐的展开讲八卦的概念。
In our future sessions, we'll be talking more about the 8 trigrams.
今天我们就先讲到这儿，谢谢各位。
Thank you all for listening and have a good time.